While these West Virginia families stay up at night, the big drug companies continue to make record-breaking profits. It just isn't right. That's why we need our Senator Joe Manchin to support the Build Back Better Act, which gives Medicare the power to negotiate lower drug prices. Senator Manchin said he is with us in this fight, and West Virginia families are counting on him to deliver. It's time to pass Build Back Better now. Paid for by Protect Our Care.
Over the years, you've brought opioids into your home. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But holding on to opioids puts your family at risk. Learn more at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gellner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gellnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
We are compassionate.
We are focused.
We are confident.
We are dependable.
We are resilient.
We are skilled.
We are empathetic.
We are knowledgeable.
We are respectful.
We are here.
For you and your family.
We are close to home. We are
WVU Medicine.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Check out Toyota's wide range of all-wheel and four-wheel drive vehicles, like the brand new Corolla Cross, with available all-wheel drive and more cargo room than ever. Or go off-road in a rugged new 4Runner. Visit your Toyota dealer today, or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Hurry, reserve yours. Offers end April 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
The best in live and local talk returns momentarily on The Watchdog.
Hello, everyone, from The Watchdog. I am the storm tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your Tuesday. Mostly cloudy skies with a daytime high around 56 degrees. Mostly cloudy through the overnight with a low near 36. Plenty of clouds around for your Wednesday. Temperatures stay on the mild side in the mid to upper 50s. Have yourself a great day, everyone, from The Watchdog. I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Good morning, old friends.
Hey, what are you doing here? About to go on the air.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is?
Wake up, fairy princesses, wake up!
Guess what day it is?
Get up before I get you up!
Guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Hump day.
Woo-hoo!
This is Wednesday. She calls it over the hump day.
Wednesday?
Wednesday.
We ain't one at a time in here. They broadcast me out on the radio. We're mass communicating.
Let Wednesday begin!
Hit it!
Live from the Robinson Auto Group studios, this is the Valley's longest-running morning show, the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe from WKKX and WVLY.
Well, another day, another donut. Good morning, my children. We are off and running for another 3 hour. Oh, it's a Wednesday, 2 hour soiree through information and conversation, usually a little controversy and sometimes a tad of fun. Hope you're going to spend some time with us this morning. We'll keep you informed and hopefully entertained. 7:12 in the morning, 34 degrees, Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. It is 30 degrees here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, and even freezing 32 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. I got about 20 degrees to get up to today. 54 our predicted highs, 20 more degrees from where we are. So 54 for the high today. Partly cloudy, some rain will come in tonight. Not a lot, but a little bit of rain coming in tonight. Aaron's got the full forecast coming up in just a bit. If I often talk about how I think, our devices, or at least my devices, seem to be taking over our lives. iPad and iPhones, and especially the Amazon personal assistant, she whose name I cannot say, or she'll speak to me right here on the radio. But you know who I'm talking about, Biff.
Yep, I get it.
I often say I think they're taking over. That they're, it used to just be you would ask that device to tell you the temperature or to give you the time or maybe occasionally to play a song or something. But now they become proactive. They start to tell you things. One of the problems I have here, for example, is I often order a little gift of some kind for Teddy from Amazon. And in the living room, I have one of those devices that actually has a visual screen. And right on the screen, it says, your Mario figure will be coming on Tuesday. Well, I can't surprise the kid because it says it there. Last night, I had one of the strangest things, though, Biffy. I was here at my desk in the home studio, just getting organized for this morning, putting papers in order and making a few notes after the State of the Union speech. Sitting here all by myself, my wife's in the other room, and all of a sudden, the device pops on and it says, you should try a pineapple. What? Just out of nowhere, she pops on and tells me, you should try a pineapple. And then she says something like, would you like to know more? Hell yes. Why are you telling me? And then she goes into all of the, nutritional value, positive values of a pineapple. And ends with, of course, would you like to put the pineapple on your shopping list? No. No. But what in the world prompts this? We always talk about these machines sometimes hear us talking. I've come to firmly believe that. They listen to things we say, and they then send us ads, or they connect with us because of what we say. They can hear us. I don't think it takes a genius in this audience to know that old Monroe isn't ever talking about pineapples. If she had said, would you like a pizza? Well, that would have been a whole different story. You should try a pineapple? I'm telling you, these things are taking over the world. Pretty soon they're going to say, would you like a pineapple? And I'm going to say, no, I don't want a pineapple. We are going to get you a pineapple. I don't want a pineapple. You will eat the pineapple. I mean, these things are taking over the world. You don't have as many devices as I do, though, do you, Biff? You got an iPhone, right?
I don't even have an iPhone.
Well, you have a smartphone, whatever.
Yeah, mine. That's all I have. I don't have anything at the house. I mean, the only thing
you don't have.
No, the only thing I got at the house is a TV and a radio that's plugged into the kitchen, so I can listen to the Nailers games when they're on the road. That's it. That's all I've got. I don't have any other electronic devices in the house besides the TV and the radio. That's it.
The day may come, Biffy, where we're going to start you have to put a sign out that says, safe from the machines. Because someday the machines are going to, rebel and take over the world. And in places like mine, they'll be locking my doors and turning the lights off and, controlling me. And we're going to have to try and sneak out. We're going to have to try and find a free place to stay. And so you have to put a sign up that says, safe from the machines. You'll be a safe house, Biff.
Won't be a cheap safe house.
Or maybe you don't want to be a safe house and you'll say, stay out.
It won't be cheap. It'll be there will be a rent fee or some type of fee if you're coming over to stay.
if we want to stay safe from the machines, when the machine revolution comes, when they begin to take over humankind, and we want to get to some place where there are no more machines, there are none of these machines listening and so on, people like Biff will be our salvation. It'll be like The Walking Dead, Biff, and you'll form little communities of people who don't have machines, and so there'll be safe communities people can go to.
Yeah, no,
But you'll build up walls, and only certain kind of people can come in, and no, you can't. It'll be just like The Walking Dead.
That's right. I'll have two lists: the ones that get the special exemption, and the other ones they've got to pay.
There you go. Anyway, it was just the weirdest thing. There are literally a dozen serious issues to get to today, but I just couldn't help but mention that. It was so strange last night. Just in the middle of my work doing nothing, she pops on and says, "You should try a pineapple."
Now, at any point yesterday, did anybody mention any type of fruit when you got off the air?
Well, let's think.
Because
now Teddy was here all day yesterday because he's still got a little cough.
Yeah.
I mean, Teddy does eat fruit. I mean, he had strawberries and watermelon and I don't know what. I don't think he had a banana. Maybe a banana. So yeah, that's a good point. I mean, he did ask, and I think, for example, he has a I think it's a yogurt kind of thing he eats, but it's flavored. So blueberry would have been mentioned there.
So,
do you think maybe that's where Alexa got it all from? We had a lot of talk about different kinds of fruits, and so she thought we ought to try something different. Could be.
Yeah, I mean, if at some point, even, and it probably didn't have to be the pineapple, but if at any point, if some type of fruit was mentioned for whatever reason, somehow a pineapple got mixed in with whatever fruit that you guys were talking about, and that's probably how. Other than that,
it's actually not a.
I don't know.
No, that's actually not bad thinking at all. Because again, a pineapple, I don't like pineapple. Don't eat. I can't imagine ever having any conversation about pineapple. But you're right. She could interpret. So we've talked about strawberries and bananas and blueberries in different ways over the course of the day for Teddy, and so that little brain of hers is thinking it through. They've been discussing strawberries and blueberries and bananas, and perhaps they would like to try a pineapple. I should ask them. And see, part of me wants to think this is like the genie in I Dream of Jeannie, where the machine is here to do our bidding. Master, would you like a pineapple? I mean, that's the benign thought about it. And the serious thought is that it's trying to take over the world. You should try a pineapple.
Or, and this might be a
little... Has the pineapple industry bought out the... are these people being paid off to recommend a pineapple to me?
Or the other thing, and this might be a little bit out there, but if at any point, because if somebody mentioned alcohol, pineapples, pina coladas. If somebody mentioned alcohol, then maybe since it was so warm yesterday, she might have been thinking, "Hey, he wants a cool drink." So, well, I mean, who knows?
You should try pineapple.
Yeah.
It was just just out of nowhere. I mean, just boom! You should try a pineapple. It reminds me, as I've told you guys over and over again, the story of my youngest son. A couple of years ago, he was sound asleep on the sofa. The lights were out in his house. The rest of the family was asleep in the bedroom. In the dark of night, suddenly the machine says, "Would you like to chat?" Jonathan jumped 6 feet in the air, ran around, turned every light in the house on. I don't think he's ever turned them off since. So, I'm telling you, they're here to take over the world. Before I leave that subject, by the way, remember it was right around Super Bowl Sunday, and I remember I was talking, Biff, about how my Facebook was just absolutely infested. That was the word I think I used. Infested with ads for gambling services. Not just things like FanDuel and BetMGM and those ones, but also little gambling games, little, home poker games. It was reached the point I told you, there might be a post from Brad and an ad, a post from my son and an ad. I mean, it was infesting my, and then like in a couple of days, poof, they went away. Never got them since. Now, I did mark all of them at the time. I marked them all as do not want to see this ad. Maybe it took a while for it all to catch up. Or maybe, like somebody had said back then, maybe it was because it was near Super Bowl and they wanted to throw gambling ads at me. I don't know. Anyway, I think the machines are taking over, and that's the whole point of it. Now, that's the only really lighthearted thing I've got to get into today. Here at 7:22 in the morning, I want to give you a look at what we're going to talk about because there's much to get into today. Reaction to President Biden's State of the Union speech last night. Biff, did you watch any of it?
I did not.
I wish I hadn't. He said some good things, but he didn't say them well. And I have my reaction. We'll get some of yours coming up in a couple of minutes here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Baseball's opening day is not opening. We'll talk about the MLB lockout, what's happening the rest of the Major League Baseball season, but the opening day has been given a cancel. Still getting reactions, getting a lot of texts and emails, plus I'm seeing all kinds of postings on social media about the story we spent a good bit of time with yesterday, the Ohio County Schools replacing some controversial books on their reading list. I'm going to share a couple of different reactions we're getting to that because they're coming in from all over the place. We've got an update over that dispute on redistricting in Ohio. In West Virginia, as the legislature works its way down, one delegate says he's tired of hearing about science. Tired of it, I say. The Senate okayed a bill that could conceivably lead, Biff, to Wheeling Island Casino adding a satellite at the Highlands. And the House in Charleston has moved a bill that allows elected officials to have a financial interest, to benefit from contracts that they are involved in purchasing as an elected official. Some crazy stuff. We'll get into all of that. Y'all may have something on your mind. Feel free to join me, 304-214-1600 text line, 304-214-1600, or call me, 304-232-8255. It is 7:24. We're looking at 34 degrees at the airport on a midweek edition of the Watchdog Morning Show.
To facilities around the region while working with area hospitals on isolation areas and air filtering. At Panhandle, we continue to follow social distancing and hygiene protocols. We are dedicated to our community, and together we will get through this.
Why? Just think about it. Why is the #1 selling brand of chainsaws not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot? We can give you over 10,000 reasons. That's how many authorized local steel dealers you can find across the country. Visit one and you'll find a range of dependable gas and battery-powered tools, from trimmers to blowers. And you'll find service from experienced professionals. Real steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach, and why over 10,000 local steel dealers are putting battery power in the hands of Americans. Just 3 words. Made in America. Real steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. The majority of steel products sold in America are made in America of U.S. and foreign materials. Batteries and chargers are sourced internationally.
You're never too far from the most local programming in the Ohio Valley. Find us here. AM 1600 and 1370. FM 98.1 and 97.7. We are the Watchdog. The Watchdog.
Watch out. He could climb on his soapbox at any time. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues. Shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up.
7:28 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. The President's State of the Union speech last night, and I'm not sure whether I don't want to phrase this, and I'm going to give aid and comfort to the enemy, politically speaking. I thought Biden did a pretty bad job of the speech. And I know I'm going to get texts from some of you, and I'm going to get phrases like Sleepy Joe, and he's too old, and I just thought he did not do a good job. He tried to be folksy. It didn't work. He doesn't have the high oratory of a Biden. I think it was too long. It was 62 minutes, which is not all that much longer than most State of the Union speeches, but truthfully, I thought he was wearing down at the end. I know I'm saying all the things that critics are saying about Biden, but I was unimpressed. I was unimpressed. Now, I'm talking here about presentation. I'm talking about how he delivered it. Most of the analysis I have been reading in the overnight hours has been that he said things that resonated pretty well with the public. Several folks were doing those as he spoke polls where they would, keep track of how people are thinking about every individual thing. And he was getting high marks for a lot of things. Got reasonably high marks overall for his speech, for the State of the Union speech. But I couldn't focus on the thoughts, the issues, because I was so distressed by the way he delivered it. It was one of those deals, Biffy, where my wife is telling me, now stop it. You sound like, some of those guys at the football game who are trying to yell at the coach through the TV screen. Because I was yelling through the TV screen,
We've done that many a Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon. The TV gets yelled at a lot.
I was yelling at the screen, and by the end I was going, wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up, call it quits. I think part of his problem, part of the problem I think was he had his State of the Union speech prepared, to talk about the economy, going to talk about COVID, talk about a number of the, inflation, talk about some of the basic issues that are facing us. And then he kind of had to add into it this whole Ukrainian thing, which actually maybe was the most important thing that he had to say and probably the most listened to, and the point that he made that probably was the most agreed with when he talked about the Ukrainian involvement, the invasion, the Russian invasion into Ukraine. So I think it was too long because he had maybe a reasonably good length speech and then just added to it all the Ukrainian stuff. So, but I'm seriously, I'm yelling at the TV screen at the end, wrap it up, wrap it up. Some of the things he talked about at the end, it was like, okay, you didn't have to get into that. It wasn't really critical. You were maybe trying to make some political points or play to the base.
He condemned the invasion of the Ukraine, and certainly he should. He did a few things like saying we're going to prohibit Russian airplanes over American airspace. Talked about a few other specific issues involving the Ukraine. He got a lot of applause, or there was a lot of applause, when he introduced the Ukrainian ambassador who was sitting with First Lady Jill Biden. She stood up and got a huge round of applause and a great deal of support from everybody, I think, in the gallery, both from the right wing and the left wing. A number of Republicans didn't even show up to this last night. They were claiming that it was because there was a requirement. There was no mask requirement, but there was a requirement. You had to test the day of the State of the Union speech to show that you were negative for COVID. And that's what many Republicans were saying they were doing, although I'm not sure that's what they actually were doing. I think they figured this is a good way to make our point. We're not supporting the president, so we won't show up. I hate to say it, I think probably politically, a lot of the right wing, the Republicans, felt they didn't want to be there because there were going to be some things that Biden was going to say, like talk about Ukraine, that they were going to have to clap for and stand up for and show support for, and they didn't want to be caught on camera showing support for something that they feel could be used against them in an ad. So they weren't there. How about this, Biff? Senator Manchin sat with the Republicans.
Oh, boy.
Now, to be fair to Senator Manchin, he stood up and he applauded on the Democratic applause lines, all right? People around him were sitting and he would stand up and applaud for most of what Biden had to say. So he showed physical support for the Biden speech by standing up and applauding. But he sat with the Republicans. And I don't know, maybe it is. As I say, I don't know if it's the message that Manchin wants to send. Maybe it is. I don't know. And the two Yabaloni ladies, Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene, neither one of whom has any business being a congressperson. Just none. They don't work at it. They don't have an interest in it. All they're interested in is being flamethrowers, troublemakers, get themselves on television. They came in and turned their backs. They came in and before they sat, they turned their backs to the president. Come on, this is State of the Union speech. You don't have to stand up and applaud, but for God's sake, if you're going to show up, at least show some respect for the institution. They came in and turned their backs. And then Boebert started yelling out, and it isn't that people haven't yelled out before during State of the Union speeches, but it's where she did it. President Biden is talking about providing support for veterans who need medical care and providing help for veterans who have lost their limbs and so on, right? And in that segment of the speech, Lauren Boebert decides to heckle the president by shouting out from the audience. Geez, if you learn to be a good heckler, for God's sake. If you're going to do it at the right time and appropriate. Don't. So she looks like she's opposing help to veterans. I guess she doesn't care. Anyway, our ABC News team has been checking some of the reactions overnight. Here's a look at what they are thinking and what they are hearing and what they are reporting about the State of the Union speech last night.
President Biden focusing his first State of the Union address on inflation, the pandemic.
on the State of the Union coming up a little bit later on. 7:37, 23 till the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. It is going to be a nice warm day today. Going to see some showers later in the day. Aaron is up in a minute or two with the full forecast. But first, let's see what some of the local news is. We'll check in with our friends from the Big Seven. And Billy D has our morning sports report, including a look at no opening day. How long will it go into the season before we get to hear them say, play ball? Coming up now on the Watchdog Morning Show.
Now it's time for your local news headlines from...
Lights. As construction crews continue to work on the bridge, District 6 engineer Tony Clark urges drivers to pay attention while passing through the active construction zone. A big rally will take place on the steps of the Belmont County Courthouse to show support for Ukraine. It's today at 5 p.m., and everyone is welcome. Donations are also accepted. That money will go to families on the ground in Poland who buy the items. They will send them to family and friends in Ukraine. If you want to help out, there's a QR code on the For the Love of Pierogies Facebook page that you can scan and donate. And today is Ash Wednesday. For some local churches, the annual Lent Fish Fry is the biggest fundraising opportunity of the year. But this year, things aren't necessarily going swimmingly. DJ's Barbecue Ribs and Grill in Weirton has stepped up to fill the gap for 5 local churches that have had trouble with lower income. To help bridge the gap throughout the Lent season, DJs will donate $1 from each Lent menu and entree to be distributed to Weirton area churches. That was a look at your headlines. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Big news in Major League Baseball, but it's bad news. MLB, well, the owners and the players, no deal. So Commissioner Rob Manfred forced to cancel the first 2 series of the regular season.
We worked hard to avoid an outcome that's bad for our fans, bad for our players, and bad for our clubs.
College basketball. West Virginia and Pitt both lost on the road. The Mountaineers losers to the Oklahoma Sooners, 72-59. The Mountaineers dropped to 14-16. At home, a big occasion, not involving the Pitt Panthers, but the Duke Blue Devils. Pitt losing to Duke 86-56. It was Coach K's final road game. This is Pitt head coach Jeff Capel, who worked at Duke as an assistant under Coach K.
When we went in and did the pregame talk with our guys, and I went back to the little room where I sat, I texted my wife and I said, for some reason, I just got really emotional.
With the loss, the Panthers dropped to 11-19. A hockey note. It's a travel day for the Pittsburgh Penguins as they visit the Tampa Bay Lightning on Thursday night. By the way, the Penguins will enter the contest with the best road record in the National Hockey League. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdog.
Are you traveling? Working a little bit too much? Is your fur baby starting to get a little shaggy? Let Dirty Paws be your one-stop shop for all of your pet care needs. Stop in and see us at 202 18th Street or give us a call at 304-639-7754 to schedule your appointments for dog grooming, doggy daycare, and dog boarding today.
Washington County's largest gun show is back. Buy, sell, trade, Saturday and Sunday, April 9th and 10th from 9 to 4 p.m. at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Admission $8, children 12 and under free. All are welcome. Free appraisals, all types of firearms, modern, military, and antique. Cash buyers on site for your used guns.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design and easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
Babies come with lots of decisions.
Cloth or disposable? Crib or bassinet?
So when it comes to protection, go with the safest, most effective choice, vaccination. Get all the recommended vaccines for your baby by age 2 to protect your child against 14 serious childhood diseases. For more reasons to vaccinate, talk to your child's doctor. Go to cdc.gov/vaccines or call 800-CDC-INFO. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
You want sports talk? We got the goods all night long. Tune into Sports Map Radio, evenings and overnights on FM 98.1, AM 1600. We are the Watchdog. If you want to hear it again, catch a morning show rewind for some of the best bits and interviews from the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe. They're on the podcast page at watchdognetwork.com or search The Watchdog on Apple Podcasts.
Great conversation continues now on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Hey, reminder, if you want to watch the video feeds, our video feeds are now available on our Twitter page. At WatchdogWV is the Twitter account you want to go to, at WatchdogWV. And our video feed is available there. I'm noticing lots of people are checking into the video feed, watching it on Twitter. So an easy way for you to follow the video feed if you'd like to. This show, plus all of our live and local shows are on video. Also, the video feed is at watchdognetwork.com. You can go to our website and see it right in the middle of the page there, watchdognetwork.com. And the easiest thing, and what I highly encourage you to do, is scroll to the bottom of our website, and we have a bunch of links to Twitter and Facebook and to YouTube. Click the YouTube link. It'll take you to our YouTube channel. Then you can subscribe to our YouTube video channel, and that way you will be alerted every time any of us go live here on the Watchdog. Last night, I think we had a game that was on last night, too. Didn't we do that online, Biffy?
Yes, we did. We had, the John Marshall at Wheeling Park game was on the high school stream last night because of West Virginia losing again to Oklahoma last night.
So you can watch the things that way too. Anyway, I just encourage you to. The new edition this week has been putting it on our Twitter feed. Now you can always watch Aaron Myler every morning on the morning news on WTRF TV, and he's here with us every morning to tell us a bit about what to expect weather-wise. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning. How are you guys?
It's a Wednesday, midweek. I'm in the half work, half heading for the weekend kind of mode, you know.
I feel that. I told Biff right before this. I was like, yeah, we got off of our little cut-in on Good Morning America and CBS this morning at 7:30. I knew I had to call you guys 7:38, 7:39, so I took a 7-minute nap in between.
Well, they probably took your cubbyhole away when they took the old, did you have a little sleeping cubbyhole there? I know Emily always told me she had a little sleeping cubbyhole that she could go into and take a little nap when she needed to. But when they're doing the new set construction, they probably took your cubbyhole away.
They did, and we're not getting it back either from what I've heard. There used to be behind the weather set, not the green screen, but the other set you'd see me sitting on the desk where all the computers were. Behind there,
right.
Open. But nobody ever came back there except for meteorologists because they just, it was kind of our little space where we kept our stuff. So I could just go sit back there on a chair and take a quick nap if I had to. But luckily or unluckily now, it's the way everything's situated in here. I pretty much have my own studio, so no one's in here anyways, and I just sit there and close my eyes. So if somebody were to come in, I could hear the door open, and I would know to wake up real quick before somebody walks in. So.
Yeah. No, I was working. No, I was working on something here. No.
And if anyone from my management is listening to this phone call, this is just a joke.
Yeah, we're making all of this up. Aaron never sleeps. He's a man who never sleeps. He's always got his eye to the sky, working I'm trying to help you out here, Aaron. Trying to help you.
Working for you.
It's cool morning, 34 degrees, but we are going to get warmer during the day, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be honestly, it's not gonna be as nice as yesterday in the sense of like it's not gonna get as warm. But overall, the day's not looking too terrible. We're gonna have some sunshine coming out here, or we already do have some sunshine out there. And then I haven't been outside yet, clearly, since the sun rose. And then it's 54, so not terrible. I mean, yesterday it was to 59, so it got really warm yesterday, which was nice. And I think we could get warmer than 54. I could see us getting into like the mid to upper 50s again today, but I don't want to jinx it just yet because there's still a very good possibility. Either way, mid 50s, not bad.
You're calling it partly cloudy, which is one of those phrases I have a hard time sometimes understanding. Are we going to see the sun today, or is it going to be a mostly overcast day?
Yeah, we're going to see the sun today. We have some it's trying to get through that little layer of fog that's like high fog that's outside right now, or low clouds, you can call it, I guess. But we are going to see some sun out there. And then even with that, we're going to get it's the weird thing about partly cloudy, because sometimes partly cloudy might just mean like, oh, it's going to have clouds and sun in the skies. It's going to be like, we're going to have some sun today, and then as we move throughout the day and we get into your evening, we're going to have clouds building back into your forecast, and then they're going to have rain moving back into the forecast. So like I said yesterday, kind of a mix of both. Sometimes you'll have sun, sometimes we're going to have clouds moving in. But then we'll have some showers this evening, but I mean, even with the showers, nothing really impactful to really worry about with the showers. Just some rain. Probably mostly light showers. You could have a slightly more moderate one, but overall, those are going to start like later in the evening and then just wrap up early tomorrow morning.
In my mind, the rainfall meter goes from sprinkles to rain to storms. Sounds like we're going to be in the rain category. Not a little more than sprinkles, a little less than storms, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to call it like I guess I could say sprinkle. I'm going to say somewhere between a sprinkle and rain. I think that's where I kind of put the word shower. And if it's not that serious, but like it's not going to be like heavy rainfall the whole time, it's just going to kind of be like here and there. That's when I usually use shower a lot of times. I know Zach and I, we had to for our new system we're getting for the weather, we had to make a scale of because we don't use percentages here because they're just too confusing. We need to scale and say like stray showers or spotty showers or I think it goes stray, like from lowest to most. Stray, then spotty, then chance, then likely, then expected. I'm going to say today's like a spotty. It's we're going to see a little bit of rain, but it's not really much where I don't think everyone's going to see it. And even when you do see it, it's not really going to, and it's looking like a less than a tenth of an inch for most of us. So it's not going to really be impactful. Just a little bit of rain, and it's probably going to come as you're getting inside to your house for dinner or later in the evening. So it really won't bother us too much.
Biff, are you taking notes? Stray, spotty, so we know what you're talking about, and you're taking notes. So.
Yeah, I'm taking notes.
We're gonna have to change. Yeah, we're gonna have to change the Watchdog weather line because now I forgot to add in. What did you say? Showers. I said it was either sprinkles or rain or storms. Now I got to add it. You're right. We got to add it. So it's sprinkles, showers, rain, and storm. Okay, we gotta get that right.
At the end of the day, some water is gonna fall from the sky.
That pretty much makes sense. Cool down tomorrow, though.
Yeah, we're cooling down a bit more tomorrow. So, we're getting those showers because of a cold front moving through the region. And then that's going to drop our temperatures tomorrow into the 30s. So tomorrow morning, it's just not really going to warm up that much tomorrow, I guess. Because, we're down, like you said, around 34 right now. Tomorrow, overnight, we're going to get down into the low 30s again, around 31. But even with that, it's we're not gonna warm up like we are today because of how everything's looking so far. So, I mean, colder tomorrow, but honestly, I said 37 is the lowest of the week, and that's not even that terrible. So, I'm okay with it.
We go into the weekend starting off a smidgen warmer than tomorrow, but the Saturday and Sunday are nice and warm. Unfortunately, going to bring some rain with them, but it's going to be a warm weekend, right?
Exactly. So Saturday is 63, 67 for Sunday. So we're getting near your 72 sweet spot, if I remember that correctly.
You are correct.
But the rain on Saturday is looking so far like it's going to be really late and overnight. You could see me here in the next couple of days just kind of take it off on Saturday because once it gets to starting at 2 a.m. kind of rain, I don't even call it Saturday anymore because it's not.
Right.
But so we could see me taking that off soon. But I mean, Saturday will probably be the better of the 2 days. Sunday and Monday, which are also going to be warm, are going to be just gray in showers and just nothing exciting. So you won't really get to enjoy the rain, but the good news is it's not snow.
That is a good point. All right, reasonable forecast for us for the week, and especially for today. Rain tonight, but nothing to worry about. Just a partly cloudy and 54-ish day. But it's cool right now. 34. The last time I checked at the airport, I haven't checked in the last half hour, but 34. I checked at the airport. It was about 30 here at my home studios, and 32 at the Robinson Auto Group studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. So we've got some climbing to do on the temperature scale over the next few hours, which is climbing is better than dropping.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, Aaron, appreciate it. We'll talk again tomorrow. Have yourself a good day today. Enjoy the 54-degree temperature, and we shall chat again.
Talk to you then, Howard. Have a good one.
It's Aaron Myler from the Big 7 WTRF TV here on the Watchdog Morning Show. We are 8 before the hour. Do I have to do a break, Biff, or are we okay?
We are okay until 8.
All right. Always have to ask that question. I never keep track. I should keep better track, but I never keep track, and then I don't know, are we behind time or not? It's simply because, as you all have come to learn, most of the time I am, I am behind time most of the time. So, Biffy, the boys of summer are not going to start on time. The question is, are they going to start at all? What do you think?
It is not looking good. With the first two series having been canceled by the commissioner yesterday, they actually moved the deadline to 5 o'clock yesterday. Couldn't get any agreement made, so instead of playing 162 games, the most that they could play now, and that's if they get a deal done, you're probably looking at about 156 games, with the first two series of the regular season being canceled, and really not surprised by it at all. I think we're going to start seeing more of these dates and deadlines to where, okay, we're going to be just canceling up until probably the All-Star break and beyond, because, again, I mean, I don't see any signs of the owners and the players agreeing on, whatever the list of deals or demands that they can agree on. Now, I think it would be a different story if they said, okay, they sat down and they talked, and there might be at least one or two things here and there that they're agreeing on, and they got to work other things out. But I mean, you're not even seeing that. I mean, we talked about last week where they had
I don't hear anything that sounds like they're making progress.
No, and a perfect example, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, when they had the meeting before the deadline, and it was basically a 15-minute meeting where they both came in and talked for 15, 20 minutes and left after that. I mean, talk about a waste of time. I mean, if that's all you're gonna do, then I mean, how can you expect both sides to come to any agreements or anything? So, I think this is just the start of what's going to be a very shortened baseball season, and the big unknown is how much is it going to be shortened by, and we don't know.
Yeah. I think you implied you think that they'll probably be doing almost a week by week. Maybe we'll try next week. Nope, we can't do next week. Maybe we'll try the following week. And although you would think at some point they're going to say these talks aren't going anywhere, let's just give it up. What does that mean? I don't know. I mean, somewhere they got to start making progress, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean they've got to at least start making progress, and they haven't been able to do that. So, and again, the players they're not going to make the canceled games up. Players are not going to be getting paid. So
paid.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's basically the owners are putting it in the players' hands, kind of, and saying, hey, listen, how long do you want to go without being paid? So
And it's not good for baseball, just coming off a couple of pandemic years, where, I mean, for heaven's sakes, we had games where there was nobody in the stands for a while, and we had cardboard cutouts and piped in, fan sounds. You want to try, everybody's trying to get back to normal, back to routine. And I would think a lot of fans are looking forward to opening day, the beginning of baseball, the boys of summer, all that kind of good stuff. And then, coming off the pandemic, you want to come out of the gate strong, and instead you're not coming out of the gate at all.
No, and it's I'm sure it's frustrating for some fans, but I would say the only opening day that it looks like baseball fans are going to have is to go up and watch the Washington Wild Things. I mean,
I've said it before. That's okay with me.
I mean, that's
I love the Wild Things. I mean, I just think they're fun to watch.
I think that's going to be your only form of baseball, unless you have a youngster that plays on the community baseball teams or travels or does that. Those are going to be your only forms of baseball this year, I believe.
I haven't looked at numbers, but my sense is that Major League Baseball is losing its position as the America's pastime. I sense that. I still love baseball. Is still probably my favorite sport, but I think it's already been losing some of its luster over the years, recent years, and then again, pandemic. Now this. If I'm the owners and the players, I'm going, guys, we have got to get to save the game, to save our position in society. We got to get something going on this. First time in 27 years, they've had to cancel regular season games because of a labor shortage. Well, we'll continue to track that. Billy DeFabio will always be on top of it with the Bill DeFabio sports reports here in the morning, and of course, the Bill DeFabio Variety Show. Although not today, because there's no Bill today. Today it's the mayor and the ladies and Butch this afternoon in the middays. All right, just about 8 o'clock. I want to talk about some things going on in Charleston, including maybe a possibility of a casino satellite here in Ohio County. We'll get into that and more coming up on the Watchdog Morning Show. It's 8 o'clock.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
All right, Biff, I tried to get Squiddy Airy to come on. He was busy this morning. He can't. So we'll do the Capitol report, and I have a couple of things on the legislature I want to talk about. May do a couple of these. I've got a lot of texts and stuff coming off that Ohio County school story, and we'll do another status report on the State of the Union when we have a chance. I am still expecting, I didn't cancel it, and it's probably just as well, Susan Tebben from the Ohio Capitol Journal at 8:40 to talk more there. That's kind of what I'm looking at over the next hour. We'll see how it goes. And I'm waiting to see if Teddy's coming down or if he's going to school today. I do not know. That will depend on whether I come into the meeting or not, so I'll have to see what his game plan is. All right, we'll get some coffee. I will be right back.